Yo, welcome back to Crazy Bowl TV. Big up to ManDem in the building. Welcome to another episode of What ManDem Saying. Wagwan, all my people. What's up? What's up? What you guys doing? However, how you want to say that different type of salutation. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us for another episode. Please walk into the building, relax, enjoy yourself. We're going to have a great show. So much stuff to talk about. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. Let's welcome in. Please hit the like button as you are walking in. Please share if you haven't. Subscribe if you haven't. Please. Let's get this to. We are getting close to 500. You know what I mean? We are getting close to 500. So let's get to 500 because the goal is, if we do call-in show, you know what I mean? And we're all going to discuss when we're going to talk about. We're all going to discuss what day. Like, this is a community channel, so it's a big thing. You guys asked for it, so let's get it done. Big up to the people in the building. We got Liverpool Goals TV saying, Isak rumors heating up now. Remember when I said it? Remember, I said it way long time ago. Remember when I said it? We're going to talk about that. Big up to Ale. He's in the building. Yes, sir. Cat Sunday's in the building. Wagwan, my brethren. Good to see you. Glad that all you guys are doing well. Glad to see you guys in the building. We got Honesty in here. He already given us the news. We're going in Honesty. So Nottingham Forest have done due diligence on Costa Simicas as they line up potential soup for the summer. What's going on? What else? Konate will leave Liverpool coming weeks. Okay. Whoever that Spurs PT is, good for him. The club want to resolve the defender's future this summer with only 12 months remaining. I thought he had 2 years left. Because if he has 12 months left, there is no room for us discussing it. That means he holds all the power. I thought he had 2 years left. If not, why are we even discussing the conversation? Sell him. Liverpool believed to be willing to let Joe Gomez leave Anfield this summer, and there are no shortage of suitors in England. He's a big baller, man. Joey G is a big baller. Injuries is killing him. Due to the AFCON, what's up? Taking place between 21st December to 18th January, Mohamed Salah is going to miss the following: Spurs, Wolves, Leeds. Andrew Robinson wants to link about his future. What's there to think about, brother? What's there to think about? It's either you are in or you are out. Let's go. Big up yourself, Honesty. Big up yourself. Yeah, he's saying Konate mentioned in the recent Liverpool Echo article that the club has offered him a new contract. So sign that damn thing. Colin is in the building. Well, go on, Colin. Good to see you. We're just saying Liverpool are set to break another club record this season, with Red expected to surpass 700 million revenue by 24-25, according to a report from The Atlantic. I told you guys that we got money. Kabak, you were asking how J-Dub was spending all this money. As you can see, we got money. And then we also saw that the Red Sox fans are upset because they traded their best player to another team, and now they're spending their money on this side. People, both clubs are not the business of sport is not that both clubs' money is the same. No, Liverpool got their money, Red Sox got their money. So don't fall for that theatrics. They used to use that against us back in the day, the rival fans. And then the FSG out people. Oh, they're using our money on Red Sox, they're using our money in Red Sox. Nah, not true. Not true. Arsenal already making excuses about the schedule. Big up, bro. Big up, big up. Tamizi, good to see you, man. Good to see you. Isak loading, brother. We shall talk about Isak. We shall talk about Isak because he is the main conversation of this show. But before we continue, and I'm sure some of you guys already did it, but please make sure that everybody else also does it. Hit the like button, please. Get us to 50 today. Our goal is to get to 50 before we leave. Yeah, we're trying to get to 50. We're trying to get to 50. Let's get to 50 today. Hit the like button, people. Hit the like button. What is Plenty Go saying? Bayern Munich are keeping contact with potential. Cody is not going anywhere. They can keep all potential all they want. Liverpool is the destination. Why would Cody wants to leave? Cody, Wagwan. Yes, sir. Cedric Lopez in the building. Big up yourself, Cedric. Big up yourself. Now, people, I know we are going to talk about Isak. We're going to talk about the transfers. It doesn't even have to be all Liverpool. It could be anybody, right? But this came out today, and let's talk about it, okay? As what's the name? Honesty was already mentioned. Arsenal fans already making an excuse. But this is, I hope you guys can see it, right? You guys can see it. Yes, sir. So this is Liverpool's 25-26 fixtures by way of, big up to Anfield Index. I'm borrowing their line, their schedule. Yeah, this is gonna be tantalizing, man. This is gonna be saucy. Now, of course, there's gonna be some move around, right? Everybody has to steady it, and TV schedules also have to schedule it because they have to move things around. And the closer you get towards mid-season and towards the end of the season, because of the league caps and some other tournaments, schedules keeps moving around. So this is not the 100%. This is basically the how do you call it? Pre-lineup right now. So let's see how it looks right now before they change it. But I would say 75% to 80% of this is going to stay the way it is. And then, of course, due to league caps, those who, the further you go, games get rescheduled, times get moved. And then, of course, the TV channels also have their say, which makes no sense to me. This makes no sense to me. That's why I'm a big believer that the EPL should have their own platform. If the EPL have their own platform like Netflix, Amazon Prime, and all those other platforms where you can stream your movies, trust me, they will make more money and they could schedule games at any time. We could also do what all the other leagues does, where like La Liga will help Madrid, Barca, or whoever is in La Liga to play Euro, the European Cups. Same with Italy. And I believe Bundesliga does. I think the top five, the only one who doesn't do it is English leagues, the English Premier League. So if they have their own platform, then you could play the games anytime. You could spread it across the week. And the only thing that will affect it is the international break. So, but let's get into this. No need to do politics. What people are saying, big up to Rasta is in the building. The Bajan family is in the house. The Bajan family is in the building. What going? Yes, sir. Oh, yes. Honestly, was talking about the Red Sox player who got traded. However, across the board, John W. sanction. Yeah, they can cry. They can cry. Big up, big up, big up, big up. Agreed. Gapo going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. Who care about the Rexos, man? Tough schedule to start. That is true, though. Our schedule is not easy. Not easy at all. But that's what makes it great, because that means our guys can be dialed in from day one. Liverpool, I'm in the belief that the best, when we play tougher teams, we play better. It's always those teams that we're supposed to beat then are the ones that we start messing around with, right? He said, "Hold my G, you my G. When I told you Edwards wants to dominate like Madrid, you didn't like that. Seems like Edwards Hughes slot wants domination moments." Big up yourself, big up, big up. Let's go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, where we going? Let's start with Nunes may just go to Napoli now. Apparently, he does not mind going to Saudi, so offers are on the table for him, and it's only a matter of time. Yep. Nunes leaving Liverpool right now is becoming closer and closer. And I think he doesn't care where he goes. I think Napoli he wants to stay in Europe, so Napoli probably will be his priority preference. But he might end up in Saudi. They bring that cash, man. Oof. I think Isak is a pipe dream, to be honest. Newcastle don't have to sell. The player will have to tell them, I want to leave. That's the only way. And that's what we've been saying, Rasta. It's on him. It's on him. I've been saying that from day one. At this point, he needs, yes, Newcastle by, what they call it, by fans, they big club. They got the fans to rival any big club in the world. But they are not there yet, and he is not getting any younger, right? He's about to hit his prime. You need to be with a traditional big club so that you could start putting your name. You are not going to be on the Ballon d'Or list at Newcastle. Let's be honest. Maybe they will be on the number 50 to nominate it, but you're not going to be competing unless you win the Ballon d'Or with Newcastle. You win the Champions League with Newcastle. Then people will be like, oh, shoot, this guy took a no-name team, not a no-name team, but like in terms of Europe, to win the Champions League. Then he's getting there. But right now, you have to be deciding that you want to be with the traditional big boys right now. And Newcastle is not there yet. They're getting very close. They got the money, they got the fan base. They've been in the Champions League in the last 3 years. He needs to put his name out there because these youngins like Musiala, Wirtz, Yamal, all these kids are surpassing him. And I'm sorry, I don't care what Zuberi says. Isak is the dude. Yes, he has these nagging injury issues, but his injury issues are always fatigue. It has nothing to do with impact injuries or he's gone for 2-3 months. It's just his body type is very, very, very slim. So he's always, but that could also change if he gets the right type of team, the sports science people who probably change his diet because of how slim he is. He needs to put in more protein in his body. He probably doesn't. His injuries are not impact long-term injuries, always fatigue. His muscle is too slim for the league, and the league is very demanded. But then you come to a club like Liverpool with Wirtz, Mo Salah, Diaz. Yes, you're going to be working hard, but you're not going to be, everything is not going to be on you. That's not the Liverpool. That was the Suarez Liverpool or the Steven Gerrard Liverpool. So I don't think that, personally, if I was him, he needs to make that decision. It makes no sense to say that, oh, I'm staying one more year, bro. One more year, there's gonna be somebody else in your place. Already, you got Haaland. And personally, I think he's very close to Haaland. You put Isak in City, he scores almost the same goals as Haaland. Yes, Haaland is a brute force. You know what I mean? Big up to Anfield Irishman is in the building. Let's get this, man. Good to see you, brethren. He said Bayern want to sign Gakpo and Kanu and Mitoma after missing out Nico Williams. Yeah, Gakpo ain't going nowhere. He is 26. No disrespect to Newcastle. They ain't gonna win the Prem or the CL. So it's up to his. That's what I'm saying. It's up to him. If he goes in and say, hey guys, I brought you guys to Champions League and I'm giving you guys a trophy. Let me go. All they have to do is come up with a price. And then any club that wants him would definitely have to pay for that price. And I don't think it's the 150 that people are saying. Will it get to 100? I think so. But it's not going to get to 150. And they don't want to shoot themselves in the foot. Yeah, it'll be good for them to keep him this year. But after next year, you might not need the money because your owner has the cash. But we have something called PSR. We got something called FFP. You got to balance the books. You know what I mean? But we will discuss more. But let's get on to this lineup here. Big up to ManDem in the building. Please hit the like button. Hit the like button. Goal is to get to 50 likes. So this is August 2026. I think the first game is the 10th. Crystal Palace versus Liverpool Community Shield. And you guys, I'm not superstitious, but bro, any club that usually win the Community Shield usually don't win the league. So, and it's lot. Please play the B team, play the academy. I want to win every trophy, but the Community Shield is not on my top of my list. If we don't win it, I ain't crying. I just want to see us play a good game. If we lose, oh well. Preferably, I don't want to win it because, like I said, usually the team that wins it don't win the league. Now, warning to all Liverpool fans. You could call excuses or not. Let's just be ready. The refs are not going to make this thing easy for us. There's no way EPL is going to allow Liverpool to run the league the way we did it last season. There is no way. It's not good for their ratings for Liverpool to win the league by December. And with the squad that we are assembling, it could possibly happen. So be prepared for that. I'm not saying that's an excuse if we don't win. No, if we play poor, don't bring the refs in. I don't want to hear, it's the refs' fault. It's no. If we play poor, it's not the refs' fault. Even if the ref make bad calls, we should expect it. We are Liverpool. We should expect it. But I'm just telling you, our team, we need to criticize our team based on the performance they're giving in, week out. We are not here for, I swear, if I hear any player agenda, I'm muting you. This is a team sport. So the team has to play well as a collective. Because we know some of your scapegoats are gone. Right? We can't complain that Trent is not playing right back anymore and he didn't defend well. He's gone. Nunez is possibly going to leave. Right? A lot of the scapegoaters are not going to be there anymore. So I don't want to hear, Szoboszlai might not even get a chance to start with the deep squad that we are about to set up. So I'm just saying, the league, first of all, the rivals are not going to allow us to make it easy like we did last season. And I believe the league itself is not going to do their best to not make it run away with it. And the ref, for sure, we know the refs don't like us. Whether it's Klopp or Slot, they don't like us. So let's just get this thing in our head. We need to focus on the performance week in, week out. If we don't play well, or we play bad and we win, if somebody brings it up, don't be like, oh, no. In the first half of the season, if we playing bad and we win, that is not a good thing. The only time for me, this is how I assess, but we won, that kind of idea, is when we are in February match where things are getting really, really tight. That's when I'm like, but we won, right? Towards the end of the season, everybody's tired. Nobody's 100%. And that one, you just want the result. That one is just a result based. But in the beginning, performance is important because that will set you up for the rest of the season. But in the beginning, if we playing, like last year, we played Bournemouth at home and they had 19 shots on goal at Anfield. That should not be happening because in January and February, it started happening again. And then guess what? We lost to PSG and we draw points to Everton, Newcastle, and Aston Villa. So that's how I see it. In the beginning of the season, yes, the first 3 games are very hard. Bournemouth, Newcastle, Arsenal. Newcastle away is going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. Right? Arsenal at home, they want to show that they want to beat us because guess what? They are our direct rival. Bournemouth game is the first game at home. It's technically considered a preseason because everybody is still trying to fit their philosophy into the team. So, yes, that one is usually hard. And I'm glad that we are not playing a new promoted team because usually those are very bananas peel teams. Playing Bournemouth is good because we know Bournemouth will bring it. They are no joke. They know how to play. They gave us problems last season, even though we beat them twice, I believe. It doesn't matter. First game, they're going to bring it. So our first 3 matches, I'm expecting minimum of 7 points. Our first 3 match, minimum of 7 points. That's it. Anything below that, I'm losing my marbles. All right, September, let's see. Again, this is subject to change due to TV and league caps and whatever, right? When we come back from international break, which always annoy the hell out of me, we go to Burnley. Champions League is in there. We got Everton at home. Carabao Cup, Palace again. Champions League. September is going to be packed. It's going to be packed. And Champions League, we don't even know which group, league group that we are in yet. Yeah, September is going to be crazy. But I don't see any team out there that can beat us in the league right now. Burnley, Everton, Palace. That should be 9 points. No disrespect, but I'm just saying what it is. You are the champion, man. Defending champion. It should be 9 points. And then in October, it cranks up. We got Chelsea away, Man U at home, Brentford away. Of course, we are judging Brentford based on what they've done, but this is going to be a brand new Brentford. New players, new manager. So possibly it's not going to be the same, right? They could be better or they could be worse. So at anything, if we're going to draw points, it should be only at Chelsea. That's it. We should be beating the daylight of Man U. And it's right after international break, which I hate because usually after international break, Liverpool don't play well. But this is Man U. So you better get up and be ready for this match, right? And then, of course, in November, we got Aston Villa, we got City, Nottingham Forest, and West Ham. Very, 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 very. I don't think we should be able to beat all of them, right? City away, okay, draw points at City away, 1-1, right? 1 point. But we should beat Villa at home. We should beat Forest at home. And we should beat West Ham away. December, I don't think December is which is always the hardest part. Sunderland, Leeds, Brighton, Spurs, Wolves, Leeds. We should run this. We should run the whole month. We should beat everybody on here. We should beat. There's no excuse. The only excuse is if your whole team is injured. Excuse me. Right? But then let's finish it up with May. The month of May, that's why I'm telling people we should start well, because when we get to April and May and we are going toe-to-toe with somebody, it's going to get real dicey. April is not hard, but it's a whole bunch of banana peels. Fulham is a banana peel. Everton away, banana peel. Palace at home, banana peel, right? And then you get into the last month where if things are really tight, especially Liverpool, we've seen it before with City, Man U away, Chelsea at home, Aston Villa away, oh my Lord. And then we finish it off with Brentford. That is not an easy month at all. Not an easy month. That's why by the time we get to May, we should be up there. So even if you drop a couple points, it doesn't affect you, right? Chelsea and Man U is going to be a problem, and Aston Villa. So what do you guys think? Big up to ManDem in the building. Big up to ManDem in the building. He says Kelleher back at Anfield on the last day. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And he said, keep those Zuba seats. They're gonna be worth it. He said, who's your source? Kavak of Spain, Shaka Zulu. What are we talking about? He said Newcastle also have issues now with the wage bill restrictions from Champions League. So they have some tough calls to make. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But people said they're in the Champions League, so they might not need that. You guys say, I think they asked minimum of 150 for Isak. Yeah, we could. I don't think it's going to be that much, but we shall see. Newcastle more money than some countries, but they can't spend big. Yeah, they can. They have to follow the rules. They have to follow the rules. Crazy joking aside, if Isak was coming, he will come out or make. Oh my God, Simon! At this point, we can't help you anymore, man. He's not gonna come out and say that. No player does that. He's not gonna do that. That's why he has an agent. So I'm sorry. It's not me. Who's saying that? Now, I've been saying this from months ago. Now you're hearing it from all these top Junos who are also saying the same thing. So this is not on us. If this was not true, none of them will be saying the same thing. So that one, hey, go talk to them people. The thing is, it's becoming a reality. And people are shaking in their boots. We shall revisit. Hold that thought, Simon. I will pay 100 mil plus add-ons. Do the refs have a choice who we're gonna slap teams and they can cry? Yeah, I'm blaming the rain, like certain other fan base. Yes, sir. Big up, big up, big up, big up. He said, yes, Liverpool does. No matter that Newcastle are owned by oil field Saudi, the club itself is not making enough revenue. Saudi can pump their own money. That's what we got them. That's what we got them. Club spending is based on revenue made. Yes, sir. Until Paul Tierney and co the refs have a big factor. Let's not gloss over that. True, but we have to perform. We can't let them do that. Dude, and it's not like small squads. So when all happen, are you expecting 6 or 7 sold will be replaced like? And it's can like whatever he wants. At the end of the day, he has to fill the squad that could compete on all fronts. This is not the Liverpool where when Klopp came in and he was just competing in the League Cups and the Premier. Now you got Champions League and you got every tournament and we all go far. So whatever he wants, it's not going to be the same. I am blaming the lady if we I'm blaming the lady if we lose too much sugar in the in the steel. Wow, this guy, he's killing me. So if they get a mega deal on Isak, they will sell. They will sell. PGMO is the biggest rival, in my opinion. Facts. Crazy. If your squad is big enough, there is no excuse for fatigue or tiredness. Exactly. So, and it's not wanting a small squad that's not, it doesn't compute. Fatigue or tiredness season after season have exposed we haven't got strength in depth. True. I have a question about always well, it looks like we lose a little bit of steam in between January and February. So, and it's not saying I want a small squad, it will not make sense. Big up yourself. It will be nice though. Nothing to do with small squad. Clubs can only register maximum of 25 first team players and are only allowed to select 20 of those 25 for match day. People don't know that. People don't know that. It would be nice to play Newcastle with Isak starting at the 9. Rasta, you are ruthless. This guy is ruthless. Why do people keep on parroting trash narrative? Bro, people are still stuck on years and years ago about Liverpool. We moved on. We are the big club now. Arsenal fans already crying about the fixtures. We haven't even played anyone yet. Bro, I haven't even seen us all the other rival fans their fixtures, but of course the first two that we always looked at is Man U versus Liverpool, right? Home and away. That's always the first one that we focus on. Liverpool goes to your argument. Tell me why fatigue was used as excuse of missing out on trophies. We lack quality. That was foundation of City dominance. Okay. Are you predicting the whole season already? Relax. No, there's certain part of the season that are very essential, right? The first couple games, usually, people don't really because you could always, catch up. You could if you make mistake, you can always come back to those. But after the national break, the first one is very crucial that you jump back into it. If you're winning, you need to keep winning. If you wobble, you need to get back in winning ways real quick because this league is unforgiving. October, you need to keep the momentum. November, things get dicey, right? Because you are in the thick of the Champions League and all these other cups. December, we all know about December games. After that, there's a little drop-off, but you should not have too many drop-offs after that because after February, things heats up real fast. 0 to 100 real fast. So that's what I'm saying. After December, that's when it's like Anfield Irishman, you say, squeaky bum clean. That's when result matters. But before that, your performance is essential because that's where you tell the rest of the league, I'm here to dominate. Then when you go to these games, they are scared. But after January, usually nobody's scared of nobody because people are fighting for dear life, right? The top clubs are trying to win. The bottom clubs are fighting to stay in the league. And the middle side, nowadays, there's not even a middle side. It's the top and the bottom. There's a top 10 and a bottom 10. So that's what I'm saying. But of course, like I said, there's going to be changes. Games are going to move around, times, all that kind of stuff is a factor. Match day squad maximum of 20 players, 11 starters, 9 subs. And those 9 subs, only 5 can play. Yep. Say Gracie talking like we winning every game. I like it. Bro, I'm not going in there saying that we should be winning every game. That's how I go in. Liverpool should be winning any game. At this point, who is our equal? City, Arsenal? Okay. But after that, everybody else, we should beat them. That's why it is so frustrating when we drop points, especially allied by, drawing. Very, very annoying. And this season, I think the game for Liverpool right now, as it is extremely balanced until you get to May. Right? It's very, very balanced. That means we have to stay consistent. And we are pretty good at staying consistent. That's how we won the league last year. So A lot of times we fumble when we playing these weak teams, so-called weak teams, that is. Nothing is easy in the Prem, so let it just go out there and play. Facts, facts. And the other 5 players from your squad which don't, guys are still playing. Banana Peel does end Mario Kart. He said this is not Mario Kart. What top Junos are you top? Bro, go read, man. Read. I don't need to show you anything. Go read. Everybody here have seen it. Some I agree. A lot of hope by fan base, but it's not happening in my opinion. Rasta, that's the same thing you said about Verts. And then what happened? I wait. Answer. You said the same thing about Verts. You said it wasn't going to happen. You said we weren't going to shed 120 mil. And then what happened? I still wait. I'm so confident in this team. They only have PSG and Barca on our level. Madrid still have to gel. So, yeah, I mean, Madrid is going to be a problem next season. That, first we want to see if the players are going to abide by Alonso's instructions, because Alonso wants people to work hard. And Madrid players usually don't do that. They just have great players and then they just play. But Alonso, he's coming in with the I want you guys to run. If they do that, they're going to be a problem. Barcelona, the attack is going to be deadly, but their defense is still shut. PSG is the team to beat right now. They are the most balanced team right now. And as you can see, defense, they are, what should I say? They have bought a few more defenders, because I think some of their defender players were lacking a lot of space, but they're bringing in some more defensive reinforcement. So they're going to be a problem still in the Champions League. Of course, their league, they already won it before the game even started. We will end up with Ekitike. Nope, we won't. You're going to spend 80 million on an unproven player. So that's a whole newness all over again. Rasta, is that what you're telling me? Can anybody tell me what has Ekitike done except that 1 year that he didn't even play? He was not. Mamouche was the player in their team. Well, see, I'm asking your viewpoint. I've told you my viewpoint. I already said everything I needed to say. It's either whether you agree or disagree. I don't need the Junos. Usually the Junos even reinforce what I already told you. I told you guys from day one, we want 3 big players. We already got it 1, and possibly we probably will get 1 more. We'll probably get 2 big signings this season and supplement the rest of it. People are not everybody's just focused on just the big money we sign. You guys forgetting right now, Gomez might leave. Kwanzaa is on the table. Robo wants to leave. All that position has to be filled. You're not going into a season without filling that defense. Defense wins you a championship. Midfield is the only part right now that it's not a priority. The attack is a priority, because your first line of defense is your attack. And we all know Nunes right now, as it's been said, he's moving on. Chiesa might also move on. That means you got, out of the 6, you got 2 positions left. So I don't need a Juno to tell me what Liverpool needs. I see it. And if Liverpool needs to win, we need a player like Isak. Simon, these guys trying, teach him something. And his slot is a big up keeping players fit. Maybe that's why he don't like big squad. But that was on his slot in another team. And his slot team that he left 2 years ago were not going farther in the Champions League. He is with Liverpool now. Big up to K-Mac. He in the building. How are you, brother? Good to see you. Thank you. Dude, LFC is a big club, but an odd Prem League okay, so I don't know whether you are happy that we won the league or it doesn't make sense, but let's see what you're saying. But an odd Prem League in 30 years, not good enough. I want dominance. How do you dominate? Simon, how do you dominate? You got to explain yourself. You can't just say, I want dominance and it happened. How are you going to dominate? With what? We are not in Shankly years anymore, brother. This is a brand new league. Same thing with my new fans always talking about, oh, when Ferguson has been gone for what, 20 years? We're not there anymore. Where are we now? This is a new league. So unless you're talking about now, I don't know what you're talking about. We are not in Shankly. It's not the manager anymore. If Shankly wasn't the manager, then I agree with what you're saying. But he's not. This league is not following the old rules anymore. Rasta Crab, your Caribbean card has been revoked. You don't on Rasta said we were not gonna get verts. So if he's talking about this, I'm putting a pinch of salt. Alonso is keeping Rodrigo because he's a grafter. Let's laugh at Arsenal. Has Craig who come out to possibility of Osimhen or Joyce? You the one who wants Osimhen. Nobody wants Osimhen. Shankly also made it clear, if you can't support us when we lose or draw, don't support us when we win. Exactly. This is the thing with some Liverpool fans. They love to be in that criticism so much. Somebody say Arsenal fans already complaining, and the schedule just came out, that they don't know what they're doing. Liverpool is in a place of dominance, and people are still talking about, oh, you winning at all. So you were one of those people, Simon. Now I see where your kufu is coming from. I knew it. You were one of those people who didn't want us to win, so that you could stick with the FSG out, club out, or club in, FSG in. That nonsense. Liverpool is a different Liverpool now. So it's either you on board or you could sit on the sideline and keep criticizing. If you want to dominate, you need to tell us how to dominate, not just, I want to dominate. How? Okay? People using the same, thank you, same argument why we won't get words, and now applying it to Isak. But we all know what happened in the end. I can't help him anymore, man. I can't help him. I can't help him. I will just let them be. Don't sleep on Isak or Osimhen, Inacio or Hato. Yeah, I like Hato. Okay, Mike, what you reckon? Are we going to get Isak? It's a barbershop Wednesday with the man Crazy Ball. Big up yourself, Kaba. Good to see you. Good to see you. I get what you mean, but Pep also don't like a big squad. He got the main 11, and the rest are also good players. Pep said it. He said, I don't want a big squad. If they force big squad on me, I will quit. That's what he said at the beginning of the summer. No manager, all manager will rather work with a good 13, 14 players, right? But that's what they want. But reality does not dictate that. You start getting one or two injuries to your top players, then what? The goal is to have a good squad. You could never win with just good 11. Liverpool, when we had a very good 12 or 13, we came in fourth, and we barely made it to fourth. Yes, we made it to Champions League final, and then what happened? The next year, we reinforced and brought some more players in. And I think we barely sold players that after we lost the Champions League final. So your manager, the squad, or whatever, your owner could decide, oh, we just want a very small, tight, okay? And then 1, 2, or 3 of them start getting injured, then what? He said, you talking sense. Sadly, some do just think LFC are going to spend 250. Funny guy. Simon, I quite remember you also said that Liverpool was not going to spend 120 on a player. And then what happened? And now all of a sudden, oh, Liverpool is not going to spend 250 or 300. Actually, let's do some math. Last year, we spent 10 million. So if we spend 300 million now and it's split between last year and this year, it's what? 150 each. You do the math. Stop making makes sense. Make sense. Make it make sense, Simon. Question, in the last 2 years, did we lose games by being completely outplayed? I can't remember. Any games lose by stupid mistakes? Facts. 70% we work very hard and sell newness and make this happen. He said Nunes is leaving. Yes, Nunes is leaving. TV goes to Napoli and Osimhen could happen. I mean, the Osimhen thing, I'm not ruling it out. I don't think it will, but I don't rule it out. The fact that Liverpool needs a striker, any top striker is on the market. Now, let's move on from the schedule and talk about Isak. When was the last time you guys seen rival fans making videos showing that they're scared that if Liverpool, that the reality of Isak coming to Liverpool? People, hit the like button. Hit the like button. Let's talk about this. This yesterday was the funniest thing ever. This was the funniest thing ever. Hit the like button, people. Come on. Hit the like button as you coming in. I know more people are coming in. Share, subscribe. Let's get closer to the 500. That's our goal. But this is the funniest thing. Of course, Zuberi was on my show a couple of days ago, and he said, "Oh, we don't need another striker. We don't need another striker. We just need to play the way." Bro, Zuberi is still stuck in the past. Playing nowadays will require you to have somebody in the box at all time who could put the ball in the back of the net. Yes, you can play the false nine against certain teams. And a perfectly example is when Liverpool played Leverkusen. The manager said, if I use an out-and-out striker, their defenders will love it because they love to play that kind of way, right? So what did he do? He changed the tactics, bring in Diaz, and then we had Gakpo, Diaz, and Salah up front. And we caught them by surprise, beat them 4-0. But that could only work for a minimum of teams, right? And of course, we could also play the way we played against City when Etihad, where we just went, 4-2-4 or 4-2-2-2, however you want to say. But that's also rare. You're not going to play every team like that. How many teams is going to come at us like City did? So you need somebody who can put the ball in the back of the net. Now, if you are sitting here saying, I want Liverpool to be the best, I want Liverpool to be dominating, that means you have to get the right players and you have to get the best players in each position because they have to compete at the highest level. We are not just in the EPL alone. We are in the Champions League. And of course, you're going to be in the Carabao Cup. And Liverpool in the Carabao Cup, we usually go almost to the finals every single year. And then there's the case of the FA Cup also. So there's 4 tournaments that Liverpool are playing that usually we go really far in. So that means we need a depth of squad. The academy kids also going to have to help, and they also have to be good. So I'm happy to see Rio, and I think young Rio is going to have a lot of playing time. Young Trey is going to have a lot of playing time. But when it comes to the bread and butter, which is the league, you need somebody who could put the ball in and score 20 goals. You cannot leave Salah to do it all alone again. If Salah is going to do it all alone again, then we are in trouble. Then just give the back-to-back is gone. Now, back to this Isak thing that got rival fans shook. I have never seen rival fans making videos talking about if Liverpool get Isak, it's over, they done. We got rival fans crying to Newcastle, please don't sell him. It's Liverpool's dream. I mean, we got Fabrizio said, Ornstein have said it before Fabrizio did. Joyce have said it. Even James Spears, the Debbie Downer James Spears also mentioned it. And everybody else below them have said the same thing, that if Isak becomes available, Liverpool, that's their priority. Now, of course, we have some people who have gone around and find out some, I don't know whether they're true or not, some quotes from old Isak who said, I want to play for Liverpool because they play the right way. And that's before he came to Newcastle. Whether it's true or not, I don't really care. But in the beginning, everybody said we don't have the facility to be able to sanction such a deal. And then we do it with Verts. And then all of a sudden, everybody's like, oh, well, I don't think you can do it twice. Says who? Says who? The simple fact, actually, I was watching, who was I watching? Yeah, Terry Flowers. And he was like, it is very, very possible because if you do it, if Liverpool spent 300 million this year, they didn't spend any money last year. So basically, you split it in between 2 years. That's 150 last year, 150 this year, which makes sense. Hence the reason why last year the manager and the front office said, we're going to assess. They assess, they win the league. Of course, they're going to have to support the manager. People are thinking that our squad is young. Our squad right now, the one that won the league, is not that young. Virgil is in his 30s. Salah is in his 30s. Alisson is in his 30s. Robo, 30s. Endo, 30s. Right? Diaz is getting very close to it. So we need to inject some youth into this squad and some very, very, very good youth. Frimpong, done. Verts, waiting for medical either today or Friday. Kirker's coming in, right? And then getting a new attacker. So even if you get Osimhen, right now, the Alvarez talk is over because Atletico say they're not selling. And even if Nunes goes to Atletico and Robo goes to Atletico, they're not going to do a swap deal. So that one, we could all start bringing him to the bottom part of the next one, right? So you got Isak, Osimhen, Gyökeres, Ekitike. Now, with Ekitike, do you want to do the same thing as you did with Nunes? He's an upcoming striker. He looks like he is going to be a very, very good player. Are you going to spend 80 million to go get an unproven striker right now and bring him to the most unforgiving league of all time? That is the Premier League. No, you're not going to do that. So why are you going to spend 80 million on? They want 100 million euros. Why are you going to spend that on an unproven striker? That makes no sense. That's why Chelsea hasn't spent the money. All these strikers that are left, why hasn't people go in and snatch him knowing that this market is very, very weak? There's a reason. Right? So why don't you go for the best one right now? And the best one right now is Isak. Yes, talking to Zuberi, oh, he's the best. His comparison was just funny. I just had to let him talk. He said he's not a Suarez. Who is a Suarez right now? There's no Suarez right now. There is no Suarez. So you have to pick up the next best thing. And that's what everything done. The best one was Haaland, and he got snatched up. The next closest one to him is Isak. So unless Liverpool can pull Haaland from City, you go for the next one. Now, his preference, and that is Zuberi, is he will want us to go with the style that we played during the preseason where we didn't have any strikers and we look very, very dangerous. And like I said, we can still do it because we can still have Diaz and Gakpo and Salah up front. Okay, who's going to supplement them when one of them needs to sit down or there's an injury or somebody's performance drop? I'm just saying that people are running really scared now. Now that they're realizing that this deal can happen. This deal is getting real and real. Every single year, every single week, or every single day, people are starting to realize that, wow, Isak can literally go to Liverpool. A year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, people will be making fun of us, right? People will be making fun of us. Even Liverpool fans will be saying, oh, we can't do it. I mean, we've seen Simon, we've seen Rasta Crab saying, oh, I don't think we can do it. The only way we can do this deal is if Isak says he's not coming. He wants to stay one more year. Then you go on to the next one. But if Liverpool spend 85 million on a player like Ekitike, next year you're not going after Isak. That makes no sense for you to spend 200 million on two strikers, and one of them you have to give him time. And this is the fun thing, and I agree with you, Ali. rival fans believe more that we can do it more than our own fans. That's the crazy part. And remember, Ali, remember when Verts, the rumors started, we said it's going to happen. But people came out and said, nah, Liverpool will never sanction 100. We have never done that before, so that will never happen. And then now look at us. Right? So anything is possible. The only thing is the player willing to come to Liverpool? If the player said, I want to move, I believe Liverpool will make the deal. Because having Isak on this squad right now, oh Lord, that will be. I mean, like I said, go on rival fans channels and watch. I mean, like yesterday there were like at least 10 of them. Everybody was talking about it. Like, wow, this can become reality. This can become reality. Isak to Liverpool can become a reality. You know, Fabrizio said it's Liverpool's dream. That is true. It's Liverpool's dream. He is, I mean, if you were to be believed, that was the player that Edward wanted, but Klopp wanted some other player. Edward left too early for that, you know, for when Isak decided to move. He said, we all have dreams. That's what I'm saying. But when the dream is looking like a reality, Irishman, what do you think? Rival fans are shaking. Rival fans are scared because they are looking at like, wow, this team can become stronger than last season. And that is the nicest thing ever. That is the nicest thing ever. And how many times have Liverpool fans been told that? They used to make fun of us. They used to make fun of us. But now all of them are making videos. You could go on YouTube. God, you don't need to believe me. Go on YouTube and type Isak to Liverpool and see all the videos that popped up. As a matter of fact, now they're talking about Gordon can also be part of it if Diaz were to move on. And personally, I don't think Diaz is going to move out to anywhere. I think he is staying. You know what I mean? Honestly saying, question, don't the Florian Wirtz deal be on the books for last season because we didn't spend and Isak? No, the books will be on this. No, you can't do that because it's, you know, it's year, you know, year by year. The idea is Liverpool are doing very well in terms of revenue. And you remember the 700 million that people talking about. Last year, we were like, what, 50 million, you know, we lost 50 million, right, in debt, which was nothing because we could write it off. But this year, Liverpool can spend up to 500, I believe, and still be in the black. So it doesn't matter how much we spend. That's why these fans, the fans who knows, I'm not talking about people who just hyping it up. The fans who knows, and I'm talking about even the rival fans who knows that Liverpool can spend up to 500 million. And that's because of every year we haven't exceed the amount of money that we need to spend, right? We're bringing in more money. Nike brought us a lot of money. We made a lot of lucrative deals over the years, right? So now that we spend 120, that's nothing. And then also there are players that are going to move on. So you will make some of this money back. And that's how it is. That's how football is these days, right? We bring in a lot of money in revenue plus player sales. So even if we breach the PSR or the FFP, we are in the Champions League, which will bring us an extra minimum. That's why I'm saying it's so essential that we have the deep enough squad to go further, because we made almost 100 million in the last one, plus the league. You see what I mean? So Liverpool, we are in a very, very good place in terms of our books. It doesn't matter what, we don't do this or we don't do that. The market is expensive. The market is expensive. That is not our fault. That's what the market is. You cannot tell the selling club how they should sell the player. Alice says Suarez type and born yet. Yep. That's another. He is a generational player. Suarez is a generational player, and I don't see. It's going to take a long time for us to see another Suarez. I think any deals from the 1st of July go on to the following year accounting. Okay. That's that. Okay. So that's why we made that deal. Honestly, you are right. My apologies. I thought, because the year end is June 30th. So after that, hence the reason why we pushed that so far. So today is the 18th. Possibly the Isak deal will come in July 1, which is a brand new year. Okay, now it makes sense. Thank you for teaching me that. Simon said, "Guy, your brother spanked you the other night. Isak is a good player, but he's injury prone. You want to pay 150 a player who will miss 10 games, and you base your excitement on 18 months." Isak did not miss 10 games. You need to do your research. Zuberi was putting his argument that Isak is the hype and he doesn't think he's the one. And he brought injuries. He brought that when he played the Champions League, he scored 1 goal, which was not true. Isak last season scored 23 goals? Yeah, for an injury-prone player, he scored 23 goals plus 10 assists? So that's an injury-prone player. 23 goals. If right now we bring in a striker, if Nunes can give us 23 goals next season, everybody will say, let's keep him. So, yes, Zuberi made some good points last time, but he didn't spank anybody. And if you were reading the comment, instead of just agreeing with everything that you want to agree with, you understand that majority of the people in the chat did not agree with what Zuberi was saying. Sorry, brother. And remember, I'm the host. So I have to listen to what somebody else says. It's not all about me. I'm not here to win an argument. I'm here to give out my opinion. Liverpool, okay. We want to buy Isak. We can. Yes, sir. Financials for the Premier League run from 1st of July to the 30th. Okay. So basically, we bought Frimpong and Wirtz with last season's money, moving forward, and possibly Kirker's money, which will come up to close to 200, right? So basically, that was last year's money. Now this coming money will be something different. Okay, that makes sense. We played Sir Vandenberg and Cavallo in preseason 2. That's the very thing we should have done. Brian, thank you. Irishman, I appreciate you saying that. People don't get it. They just think that somebody makes a good point and then there is no disagreement with it. I can make a good point and anybody can disagree with me. People, oh my God, this is so funny. Kwesi, I'm not saying they can't do it. Will they pay 150 on an injured play? Rival fans, go rich or Saidi? Come on. Okay, that's your point and stick to it. So Vert, Frimpong, and Kirkers will be current financial anything after June into the following year. Okay, that makes sense. We all have a dream. Yep. Simon, the funny thing is we haven't heard any player that you want. You keep criticizing all the players that Liverpool trying to get or so-called rumors are trying to get, but we haven't heard any player that you want. As a matter of fact, you were saying we were not going to get Wirtz because it's too expensive and Liverpool is not going to sanction 150 million. And then it happened. So right now you don't have a credibility in terms of whether we can afford Isak or not, because the last one you said we couldn't do it and we did it. So why don't you give us a list of players that you think that we should get? because we haven't heard any. All you doing is criticizing what Liverpool is doing. Big up to ManDem in the building. Please hit the like button. Hit the like button. Now, I have a question. What do you guys think about Malik Fofana? It seems like Liverpool are also talking to Olympique Lyon about possible transfer. I don't think it's going to happen, because if you bring in Malik, then what's going to happen to young Rio? And everybody have said, and mostly everybody have agreed, that young Rio is going to have a lot of game time. Not a lot, but he's going to have game time upcoming season. He's going to be with the first squad quite a bit more than he did last season. So bringing Malik, who's like 2 or 3 years older than him, don't you guys think that it'll kind of like stifle his growth? The only way I think Malik comes to Liverpool is if Gakpo is also leaving. If you're going to lose Gakpo and Diaz. And we heard the rumors about Bayern Munich talking to Gakpo, which I don't think is true. Because the Diaz situation is basically, if you have the money, come get him. Barcelona doesn't have the money. That's why they're going after Nico, which is 50 million. So it's 35 million cheaper. You know what I mean? So if Diaz is gone and you bring Malik, who plays on the left, same place as Rio, what do you guys think? Now, Chiesa might be gone, so maybe you still say Chiesa's position is for Rio. Then I understand. But if right now we are talking to Malik and Diaz is staying and Gakpo is staying, it does not make sense to me. Because Malik will come in and replace Chiesa, right? With the information that is out there, it seems like he's also going to Napoli. So if Malik comes in, he's taking over Chiesa's spot. What happens to Rio? MK2 says sounds like a Diaz insurance policy. I mean, I think Malik is an up-and-coming talent. He's going to be a problem in the upcoming future. It's not just Liverpool who's looking. I know Manchester United has also been looking at him. There's been some other clubs who have been looking at him, that this kid is going to be he's going to be a generational I won't say generational. Ooh, I shouldn't say that. Oh, what was I thinking? Must be high. No, he is a talent. He is a talent. He got everything that can push him up into the next level, especially even if it comes to the English Premier League. He got pace. He's not scared. He doesn't get pushed over too easily. Yeah, his ceiling is pretty high. So he is a player that can play the next level. Simon answered as he said, Hincapié, Ignacio, Edison, Fofana. Up top, I don't think they will buy a striker, but I would love Due were to play false nine. By the way, I have said LFC will pay big on less generation talent. I would say LFC wouldn't pay big except generation talent. Okay, that makes sense. Hincapié right now is going to Atletico Madrid. Recently, I've seen that we've been linked with Ignacio. Edison is going to Saudi. Fofana, as we just talking about it, he's a possibility if the rumors are to be true. I mean, big up to Zuberi. He's in the chat. Big up yourself, man. Good to see you. Good to see you. I knew I can pull you out. Good to see you, Keno. He said, I will love Due. I don't think PSG is going to let that kid go. Because that kid is a talent. That kid is a talent. The trajectory that he's going, I think he's one step behind Wirtz. If he keep pushing and he keep his head down and work really hard, next year, somebody will be spending over 100 million for that player. Due, I don't think PSG will let him go. Man, shoot, I would have Due. I'll have Due in our squad. But as much as we say we don't need a striker, we do need a striker. You can't play the way you played this year against these new, with the competition that we're about to get in. It's going to be crazy. Isak, crazy. We just have to agree to disagree, but thanks for reading my messages. For sure, brethren. Good to see you, Simon. Always keep bringing the heat. Keep bringing the heat. Don't worry. Ale was just like you. Now, Ale, I'm able to bring Ale to my side. Right, Ale? I hope we get Fofana. I rate him highly. I think he's gonna be a problem, man. I won't mind even getting him and loaning him Olympic Lyon is struggling right now. That's why Turkey wanted to leave so out of there quick. I won't mind getting my league and send him on loan someplace else, not in the Premier League. Like, send him to Spain or Germany. I think that kid is going to be... It would have been nice if he can play on the right side. If he could play on the right side, that would have been like, I could say that's Salah's replacement right there. Out and out replacement. Yeah, man. So I'm saying, I know Due ain't happen, but I love it to happen. I didn't like a striker, but I'm just telling you no, it's okay. But I'm also telling you that the pipe dream of Isak is gonna happen. It's a dream. If you talk to Zuberi, he would tell you I've been talking about Isak coming to Liverpool since last year. Even before we got Nunes, he was the one I wanted, but he went to Newcastle and we got Nunes. But the fact that all these rival fans are shaking their boots and realizing that there is a possibility. That's why if you see my thing, it says the possibilities of getting Isak got rival fans worried. If you go on my X, you will see it. We got Belgian Pops is in the building. Another Belgian family is in the house. How you doing, sir? How you doing? He said Musiala. Don't worry. Maybe next year Musiala. Musiala is technically Musiala and Isak are on the same crossroad. Why are you in Bayern? Musiala, this was supposed to be your world, but you got Yamal beating you to it. I don't know why, man. So, Belgian Pops, are you saying that we can't get him? You and I come from different times. When I watch LFC, we were the biggest clubs in England and Europe and not win. Bro, don't let this beautiful tempo fool you. I believe me, we are on the same time frame when Liverpool was dominating. Don't let this frame fool you. I know exactly what you're talking about. Pops is only in stream to prevent history. Zuberi, why are you firing the first shot, man? I know what you're doing. I need to have both of you guys back on the show. I need you, both of you guys on the show. I need you guys both on the show, man. You'll be killing me. You'll be killing me. He said the brethren is only here to prevent history revision. Brother, I have always been saying Musiala is my favorite. Like between Wirtz and Musiala is my favorite German player. But I'm not stupid to say I don't want Wirtz. If you get them both, I'll take them both. And we got one of them. I was campaigning hard to get Musiala, but that didn't happen. And I bet you he's not going to be Bayern after next season. He might not come to Liverpool, but he's not going to be a Bayern. Makes no sense. He's going to end up at Madrid, and that I'm going to hate that team so even more. Because then you understand that I am passionate and you understand. Yeah, I know, brother. That's why we can disagree with passion, because I understand. That's why my I told people at the beginning of this summer, I said my buzzword is called dominance. I want Liverpool to dominate. It's winning the league again is not good enough for me. I want totally domination. We have to dominate. We have to break these teams' spirit. City and Arsenal their spirit needs to be broken. Already we heard that Arsenal fans already making excuses. And that's what they do. Arsenal fans, that's their job to make excuses. And that's why at the beginning I said, Liverpool fans, performance is important. We cannot blame the referees, even though we know these referees are going to be against us. We know the league does not want us to run away with this again because it's not good for TV ratings. So there is going to be some growing pains in this upcoming season. But we have to focus on our squad. If our squad is not playing well, it needs to be said. We can't do player agenda anymore. Those players are gone. You can't say, oh, Trent can defend. You can't say Robo might not be there anymore. There's so many players that people have been blaming. You can't do that anymore. Right now, it has to be the squad. And from what the squad is going to be, it looks like it's going to be a very good squad. Second, three times, they are broken. That's why they're making excuses already. Brother. You know what I mean? That's why they're making excuses. And I want them to be there. I want them to stay there and our foot on their neck. I want them to be fighting for fourth place like they used to back in the day. He said, I congratulate Slot bringing in the Verts. It's great. I like the signing, but when the manager say he is happy with a small squad, I don't want the mistake of last season playing the same player. Yeah, that's why I said the small squad does not make sense. If you want to dominate, a small squad does not make sense. You need to have Klopp wanted 13 to 14 players that he called upon, right? If you remember his first full season, he only had like 13 players that he played them every single week. And that was because we only had one game a week, right? Plus league caps. But then when we made it to the Champions League, he could not do that anymore. He added 2 to 3 more players. So then he had 15 to 16 players that he was on them every single week. But then the more we kept going further and further, he had to expand the squad because there was injuries. If you remember, we were named as the most luckiest team back then because we did not have any injuries. And that was because our games were more smaller. After a while, we were playing 60 games every season. So you need big squad. And it's up to the manager to fix it. Pop is only here for future talks. Checking astrology at today's propaganda. Hey, Benjamin, you can't let Zuberi be on you like that, man. You need to fire back on him. You cannot let Zuberi be on you like that, man. He said the man is doing astrology. Oh, my goodness. He says Sesko on his way to Arsenal. Could see another player. Lukeba is, I think he's on Liverpool's radar. It all depends on what happened with Kwanzaa and Joey G. If Kwanzaa and Joey G leaves, I think we're bringing in 2 more center backs. And then there's also the case of Konate. So this Liverpool transfer is not over yet. We are going to spend quite a bit of money. Even if we don't spend 150 on Isak, we're going to spend quite a bit of money. Question, is this window the best window for us in the Prem era? How you rank this window compared to others? I think it is, based on the money we spend on one player, plus the more we're going to do. So, yeah, I think it is. Because usually, Liverpool, even if let's say we go back to when Suarez came in. Suarez came in January. And then we got a few supplementation in the summer. even when Coutinho and Sturridge came in, they also came in January. And then we got a little sprinkle, right? Diaz came in January. Gakpo, January. So in terms of a summer, yes, this year it is. I think it's so far. But based on some education that I just got today, technically, Verts and Frimpong, if we are talking about the finance on the books, they came in last summer. Basically, they came in with Mawaj and Chiesa, because the money we're going to spend on them is from last season. July 1 is upcoming season. But I understand your question. I think this is the best one. It rivals Klopp's midfield when Klopp decided to rebuild the midfield. But I think this is probably the best. But in previous past, we probably get the player before the summer. So it looks like every summer we lacking something, even though we have brought in some players. Because even the year that we lost Champions League, we bring in who? Fab. We bring in Alisson. And then that January, we brought in Virgil. So it always looked like we don't do much. But then if you look it across the two windows, we always doing something. He says, see, you coming around my thinking. Oh, my goodness. Cyber, you kill me. Yeah, Sturridge and Coutinho in the same January, also epic. You know what I mean? So it's always like, I'm looking at it through the FSG windows. It's always, especially, and that because of Edwards, it's always January to the summer. Since FSG came to Liverpool, we have always done business between January to the summer. So it always makes it feel like the summer we don't do nothing, because you brought Suarez in the summer. Suarez and who? Suarez and Carroll. In the summer, we brought some dead meat. And then the Coutinho, yes, we brought Coutinho and Sturridge. And then in the summer, I don't even remember who we brought in. I think Lovren and some other players. And then we have the Diaz, and then we have the Gakpo. So it's always like that. But in terms of summer, I think this is the best summer so far. Verts won't play false nine. I don't think he's coming in to play false nine. Maybe odd games here and there, but I don't think he's coming as a number 10, out and out. Kvaratskhelia was a missed opportunity. Yep, I agree, man. I agree. We should have done but this is the thing. We were in the race. He chose to go to Paris. And that's how Liverpool plays it. If he said, I want to go to Liverpool, they would have made it done. They would have made it possible. Because guess what? We would have shifted Diaz to the number 9 position, and he and Gakpo would have been on the left. I think it was a choice. And this is the power sometimes people have to understand. If the player wants to go certain play, it doesn't matter where he does. What the other team does, he's going. What's the name just proved that to us? Verts. He said from day one, it's not Bayern, it's not City, it's not Madrid. He was going to Liverpool. Same thing with Kirkers. We are not listening to anybody else. We want to go to Liverpool. City wanted Kirkers. He said, I want to go to Liverpool. Right? And now there's some rumors going around that Madrid wants Kirkers. But we all know he and his family already done their own, here we go, and he wants to go to Liverpool. So a lot of people have to understand, it doesn't matter how much money you spend. If that player say, I don't want to come to you, he didn't want to come. We will definitely buy a striker. Thank you, Christian. I've been saying it, but people don't want to believe me. When we get Isak, it will be our best window ever. Oh, no, that will be I don't think if we get Isak, the record, next year you have to go get Yamal or somebody, Yamal and Musiala and some bunch of kids to beat this record. But this summer, I think we've done very, very well. We've gone from Windows or Paulson, Konechki, and Jovanovic to Wirtz, Frimpong, and Kerkers. Bro, do you remember that summer? And what was the other guy? Joe Cole. Do you remember that summer? Stevie G had the audacity to say he's better than Messi. That was summer. Zuberi, that's the summer we're talking about. That summer. Oh my God. And then that Christmas is when we no. Yeah, that Christmas is when we that window, the January window after that summer is when we got Suarez and Carroll, because that's when FSG came in. And then King Kenny took over and Suarez and Carroll came in. Man, we've come from far, man. We come from far. So don't be listening to anybody who tells you something about, this and that, this and that. You see that list? Dude, we had 2 opportunities in the past years to get him before he went to Napoli. Yep. And guess what? You know who the manager was? You know who was in charge? We didn't get him. I always say Madrid can have Simicas. Because he give up the Musiala dream, my brother. I'm holding on to a thread. Hold on to a thread. I don't want to say what I want to say right now, because if I say it, people will report my channel. So I'm not going to say it. He said, that window is a remnants of club trust in the midfield. Bro, that was Uncle Roy's first season. That's Uncle Roy's first season, man. Bro, we went to that season. And every year you go into a season, you'll be like, no, I have faith. Brother, I didn't have the capacity. Man, that's right after Benitez left. And then they hired Roy. And then he made a signing, and then they were like, yeah, we're getting Joe Cole. And they started like pulse off, like, God. That year was I think that was rock bottom for a lot of us, man. Big up yourself, Gary. Good to see you, brethren. Hey, Gershon, what go on? He said, big up, brother. The issue with Isak is it's now or never signing. If he wants to join the big guns, now is the time. Perfect. That's it. It's up to him. If he doesn't make an effort to say, I want to go to a big gun, no, but next year, trust me, there's going to be a whole new up-and-coming players that people will rather invest in. So it's up to him. This year is not to do with the buying clubs, whether it's Liverpool, Arsenal, or whatever. It's up to Isak. If Isak says it's time for me to move on, trust me, people will show up with the money. Brother, yeah, man, you almost gave me PTSD, man. Almost. Sheesh. Man, do you remember? I think that whole first half of the season, the best match we played is when we beat Chelsea at Anfield. We beat them 2-0. I think Torres scored 2 goals that game. It was. Whew. Thank God for FSG. Big up, Kennels. Yeah, Zoom is out here trying to traumatize people, man. He's out here trying to have us relive some traumatized years, man. That's why we don't listen to people, man. We are royalty now. We're sitting on top of the mountain. Why should I be listening to rival fans? Rival fans should be shaking. You saw how they were shaking yesterday, making videos about if Liverpool, the potential of Liverpool getting Isak. He said Tikite will sign instead. I don't think so. He's too young. James Pierce said, I think the money involved ultimately meant it wouldn't have made sense for Liverpool to rival PSG for his signature. Okay. How much are they paying him? Because that would be the only factor that would kind of deter us from going after him. Because he was 60 million. We have 60 million. And the fact that we registered our interest shows that we had the money to pay for his release. I think it had to do with wages. Yeah, the dude didn't want to come. If he would have said he wants to come, he would have been a Liverpool player. So we can't fault the owners, or we can't fault Liverpool. We shouldn't allow rival fans to make fun of us. If the player said it, I mean, we've seen it. Jude didn't want to come. Chouamini didn't want to come. Mbappe didn't want to come. There's a whole Zubimendi. There's a whole list of them that we've been hurt before. And Liverpool don't go after players that don't want to come. He said Florence, Perrin, Hans, and Karen Wirtz are set to earn around 10 million in commission of his 5-year deal, as the player has trusted his parents to get the deal over the line. The players are his agent. I said the players. The parents are his agent. He keeps in the family. That's a good family business right there. Congratulations to them. Now, something that I want to bring up. A lot of people are saying, why are we doing 5-year deal for 120 million player? Do you guys know that the new rule is going to be 5 years? Every time you sign a contract, it's a 5-year contract. That whole loophole that Chelsea and Atletico Madrid were using, I think it's even FIFA who's going to be stopping that. They won't allow people to sign 6 to 10 year death row contracts anymore. So that's why he's getting a 5-year, right? And that's what it is, because they want to make sure that players, clubs don't abuse their power in keeping players when the player is not happy. So, and at the end of the day, it also helps the team. If you overpaying a player and you need him off your books, it's faster. So I think 5 years is going to be the norm. Cravadona wanted the French snow bunny. He heard bonjour and went to PSG. Dude, player wanted to come. It was FSG who didn't think of value for the money. History now about big mistake made. I don't think it was the player did not want to come. The player, Liverpool registered for his interest. And they said, if he wants to come to Liverpool, we will make it happen. I read what David Ornstein said. And James also works for David Ornstein. They all work for the Athletic. I believe his sight was set at PSG all along. Enrique is one of his favorite managers. And let's be honest, at the time, Liverpool was playing well. Can we say he's coming in straight into the team? Maybe, maybe not. PSG, he was going straight into the team. But I believe it had to do with wages. And I think he wanted to go there. Because if he was like, yeah, I'm hoping to come to Liverpool or PSG, I believe we would have gone toe-to-toe with them. I think it had to do with his choice, and he's making quite a bit of money over there too. So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. I was hoping he was going to come to Liverpool. I wanted him to come to Liverpool. And his brethren is already at Liverpool. So I was like, we're going to have that Georgia connection, man. Chelsea was doing death row deals, signing players' children in the contract. Bro, these guys were doing Tony Montana deals, man. They were giving them 6-7 years, signed using their kids' thumbprints. Bro, that was crazy. These people, that's why they had to stop it. I mean, it makes sense for the books because they can split the life of the contract across them. The fee across the life of the contract. But yeah, man, that was a loophole that I think Atletico Madrid was the ones. They did that with Felix. They got him from Benfica, and he had 80-year contract at Atletico. You know he's still an Atletico player, if I'm to believe. Question: and this brother joining LFC El Haji Malik Diouf? I don't know who that is. Who's that? The only El Haji Malik Diouf. Who's that? I don't know who that is. The only Malik I know is Fofana. And Jolly Diouf I know is the Senegal Diouf who doesn't play anymore. Yes, yes, yes. People, hit the like button, people. Come on, hit the like button. Let's get us close to 50. Get us close to 50. It doesn't hurt. Just hit the like button. Hit the like. Hit the like. Any more questions, my brethren? Any more questions before we get out of here? Let's see what ManDem saying over into this. Yeah. Chelsea is trying to undercut Newcastle, man. Let João Pedro go to Newcastle, damn it. These people. Yes, sir. We're good. We're good. Big up to ManDem in the building. Zuberi, thank you so much for coming through. Beijing Pop, Simon, Honesty, Gerson, Gary, Ali, as always. Someone's goat. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Big up to ManDem for coming through, man. Good conversation all around. Again, recap. We got the new it's a question. It's on the fixtures. Are you synced up with the schedule? Yes, we just discussed the schedule just a few moments ago. Let me show you again what kind of schedule Liverpool is gonna be looking at. I think it's gonna be very saucy. Here we go. For one last time, this is the schedule. But of course, like I said, there will be some changes, TV and fixtures. So this is the preliminary one. People want to win it at Old Trafford. That will be the dream. Talking about dreams, that will be the dream. If Liverpool is able to win the league at Old Trafford and we celebrate at Old Trafford. Oh my God. That whole stadium, that old toilet will just cave in. Definitely they will have to ask for more money to to rebuild it. Big up to Jakers, man. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Long time. Honestly said he is Senegalese left back playing for Slavia Prague. He is 20. Oh, yeah, I saw something like that on him. I haven't watched him to see how good he is yet. Yes, sir. He's a Freggy will need to be wheeled to the hospital. I don't think Frankie will come to the game that much. He will not show up. Big up yourself, Football Talk Podcast. Thank you, brethren, for coming through. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Yeah, man. So this is the schedule for next year. And I believe we can win the league. We can win the league. I want full total dominance, man. Foot on everybody's neck. Foot on everybody's neck. I want team to be scared of us when they see us coming in. So win the Prem at Old Trafford or come second, but everything gets relegated and we win the UCL FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. Sheesh. Yeah, but it depends who we come second to. Because there's no way you want to be second to Arsenal. That is the one only team that no one wants to be second to. Yeah, Arsenal gets second for the 5th time record. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, people. And then also recap, Isak to Liverpool is becoming a reality. I know it's a dream now, but it's becoming a reality, and the rival fans are shaking in their quits. They are scared. They are petrified right now for this deal to possibly happen. So, based on what we just discussed, Verts, Frimpong, and possibly Kirkers, that finance is in the old, this past season books. Starting July 1, it's a brand new books that we are opening. So you never know. We might spend more money in there. And, the money is there. Let's spend it. Why not? Right? Let's spend the money. So the dream could be a reality. Everybody knows Liverpool needs a striker. So who the striker is going to be telling. Yeah. Okay, I can deal with that. Levy wants Spurs to win the Prem. See, one Europa League got feeling. Yeah, they're talking a lot spicy lately. They're talking spicy. Spurs fans are talking spicy right now. Jacob, I know you in there. I heard you talking yesterday. We're winning the league again next season. Home game to kick it all off. A home game for the last game of the season. True. But what do you think about us winning it at Old Trafford? If we can win at Old Trafford, that is dream beyond dreams. As a matter of fact, you know what? I want to win it before we get to Old Trafford. But we get to Old Trafford, they give us the guard of honor. Right? Win the league before we get to Old Trafford. I don't want any slippage. Win it at our home versus Palace, and then we go to Old Trafford and they give us the guard of honor. That's what I want. That is what I want. Fergie can be part of the guard of honor and then bring out the 21 trophy for us to lift. Yeah, that's how I want it. That is the perfect one, right? That will be the perfect season. Yes, sir. He said, Spurs got first bad goal gal who's like a 7. Now they think they got a 10. He said, easy, fella. Slow your roll. Don't worry. They got a good manager, but Spursy is in their DNA. So let's see what happens. Yes. Big up to ManDem in the building. Thank you so much for your love and support and coming in to support us. Big up yourself, man. Hit the like button, please. Please also comment, man. When the show is over, doesn't mean it's over. Comment, I reply. Just be respectful. That's all we ask. You know what I mean? You don't have to agree. Just comment. So, you know what I mean? Welcome. Thank you. Big up to ManDem. Appreciate you guys. We'll be back. I'm pretty sure there's going to be some big news coming up again. So have a great rest of your week. Relax. Don't let football consume you. As you can see, Trent had a hobby, and his hobby was to learn a different language. He doesn't just play football. Big up to ManDem. Please share, subscribe, like. Crazy Bowl. Peace.